Hello, my name is Ruby. This essay examines the connections I'm making with my own teaching and my own learning. Also describes in what ways my thinking has been extended and the challenges I have met. An important part of understanding is knowing what we are and what we can do. Knowing what we are, our identity as a teacher, this is the greatest legacy that we can give to the next generation. What does it mean to be a professional? Well, I have seen here different criteria from ethics, code of conduct, legal administrative responsibilities, my own personal philosophy of teaching, being part of a professional community in which I share my ideas, my values, my learn from one another. Seeking advice from my colleagues and perhaps even from my students on how to improve my teaching and planning for my future development as a teacher, they recognize that teachers were learners and also are learners too. When we think about childhood, the three worlds in which children spend their lives are the following: academic world, social world, and cyber world. Children move between these three worlds, and the job of teaching, of course, is to try and help them to make the connections meaningfully among them. I like a lot what the American academic David Berliner said. Children uses the notion of nested lives and they learn the different nests in which their experience takes place. Perhaps most of what we do in teaching ought to be important but not urgent, a much longer term investment. Well, this matrix may be quite useful for me to use on an ongoing basis when I'm thinking about what I am doing in my classroom, what I'm doing in my planning, what am I doing in my evaluating. However, I love that children think by themselves, and that's the reason why I never accept things at face value for the first time. I like they reflect, I like they challenge, I like they analyze. I used to think that I know a lot of my students about their present and future probably. But now I think, are we preparing a student for jobs that don't yet exist? Using technologies that haven't even been invented yet? In order to solve problems that we don't even know are problems yet? We need to constantly be thinking about what is the best medium. This may look something in my classroom, perhaps not, but in the classroom there is a whole world of childhood and a whole world of learning. Three key simple principles which I learned in this course are connect, extend, and challenge. What does my teaching connect with in their learning? In what ways that it extend their learning? And in what ways does it challenge their prior knowledge? I used to think that learning was only intellectual and social, but now I know that all learning is social, emotional, and intellectual. So I have discovered the real purpose of education is not to have the teacher perform certain activities. On the other side, to bring about significant changes in the students' patterns of behavior. In conclusion, as teachers, we carry the responsibility to engage our students not only in knowledge, but in changing attitudes and developing values. For the teachers should continue to maintain our professional knowledge and our engagement with the wider community. Thanks for your attention.